Welcome to On-Demand Instructions video on Writing Standard 2.4. We will discuss in this session the use of words by choosing precise terms for expository writing. We will be covering the core standards in writing. Write informative, explanatory text to examine and convey complex ideas, concepts, and information clearly and accurately through the effective selection, organization, and analysis of content. Use precise language and domain-specific vocabulary to manage the complexity to the topic. Our learning goals for this topic is for you to use each word to serve as an exact purpose. Use words that work together to create a unified tone or impression suited to a particular audience. Let's start with what you already know about this subject by answering these questions. What words will you choose for your writing? How will you make your writing precise and concise? You can learn to take advantage of the many word choices available in the English language to make your writing more precise. Learn to use action words and specific words, create lively expressions, and explore a variety of words. Weak verbs include unnecessary linking verbs and verbs unnecessarily in the passive voice. Learning to use action verbs in the active voice can make your writing clearer and more interesting. Some linking verbs are necessary, but others sap the action and energy from your sentences. Frequently, you can replace a linking verb in a noun with a specific action verb relating in the meaning to the noun. Verbs in the passive voice increase the number of words in a sentence. They also move the doer of the action from the beginning of the sentence to the middle or end. By lengthening and inverting a sentence, verbs in the passive voice can confuse a reader and weaken your writing. Notice how the following verbs sound more definite and direct in the active voice than in the passive. Specific words have much more impact on a reader than general words do, because specific words help a reader to visualize what you are describing. Learn how to replace weak general verbs, nouns, and adjectives with precise ones. The denotation of a word is its literal meaning. The connotation of the word is a broader area of meaning, which includes the suggested meanings and associations that the word has. To choose the best word for a sentence, consider whether the word has positive, neutral, or negative associations. Then decide which association fits the meaning you are trying to achieve. In the following sentences, the adjectives in italics change the description from neutral to negative. Besides using specific words that communicate accurately, you will often want to use colorful, vivid expressions. One problem you may encounter, however, is that many phrases that you come into are cliches. You can remove cliches from your sentences by re-examining the idea you want to communicate, and by expressing it more specifically and directly. Notice that the revised sentences that follow the cliches sound more precise. Although you should avoid cliches, you can make your writing more vivid by creating fresh comparisons that help a reader grasp your ideas. Two useful kinds of comparisons are similes and metaphors. In addition to using specific words and vivid comparisons, you can make sentences more precise by choosing varied words. If you use the same word or form of it several times in a sentence, your sentence can sound tedious and awkward. You must learn to distinguish between useful and repetition and careless repetition. An obvious modifier is an adjective that has been linked so often with a noun it has lost its meaning. Phrases such as unforgettable experience, blushing bride, and high mountain add little to your sentences. Let's do this activity to check your understanding of using precise words. Rewrite the following short composition, eliminating or replacing linking verbs and verbs in the passive voice, weak, general words, worn-out expressions, overused words, and obvious modifiers. As a student, you are expected to use precise language and domain-specific vocabulary to manage the complexity to the topic. We have come to the end of our session. Let's recap. You have learned choosing precise words, using action words, using specific words, using vivid words, using varied words. To learn more and get some tips in using transitions in expository writing, you go to these websites. Return to www.ondemandinstruction.com for more instructional videos, podcasts, and material. We update the site weekly.